So we're very excited today. We have one of the biggest radio stars in history on the show, Kevin Matthews. And Kevin has some incredible stories he's going to tell us, including one that I really am dying to hear about because Kevin met the Pope. We'll discuss that and many more things. It's time for Minutia Men Celebrity Interview.
The following is a Tony Lasano podcast, an Opie show on the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. This is the Minutia Men Celebrity Interview with Rick and Dave.
So no Dave today, but we do have Kevin Matthews. And Kevin, how are you doing?
Busy. I'll tell you, Rick, you meet the Pope, you get busy.
Nope.
I first worked at. And, you know, radio it ran its course. And I was fired from radio altogether. Just all kinds of stuff happened. I was diagnosed with MS. I got fired from radio. And so I pretty much hit rock bottom in November 2011. And I was driving and I just had a desire to give my wife some flowers because she'd been through so much. And I look up and there's a flower shop. And again, what I've learned is there's no such thing as a coincidence. And I pull into this flower shop to get my wife flowers. I get out of the car and I'm walking towards the door and I look over to my left and I see a dumpster. And on the ground, I can tell from where I'm at that I'm looking at a statue of the Virgin Mary. And I walk over to the statue and she's on her back, broken right at the waist. Her hands are missing. She's covered in garbage. And I heard the voice of Christ, believe it or not, said, "Will you deny me? Will you deny my mother?" And I wasn't a devoted Catholic. I called myself a zombie Catholic back then. Mm-hmm. And I knew that, this is wrong. This is the mother of Christ. And so I went into the flower shop. I asked the woman, "Can I buy the statue?" And she said, "No, it's a family heirloom." And again, I heard the voice, "Will you deny me? Will you deny my mother?" And for the first time in a long time, I just quickly closed my eyes and I just said, "God help me." I prayed and I opened my mouth, and what came out of my mouth, Rick, I have no idea where it came from. I said, "I'll give money to nuns that live out around here in your name if I can take her." And nuns, I don't know what I don't know what I'm talking about. But she heard my voice. She goes, "Your voice sounds familiar. Are you Kevin Matthews?"
Wow.
And I go, "Yeah." And she goes, "You got fired last week." And I go, "Yeah." We start talking. And again, no such thing as a coincidence. And she ended up letting me take the statue. I eventually did meet nuns that did live out around there, became very close to them to this day. And 2 books, a movie, and a meeting with the Pope since that day on what's happened. And it's just been totally unbelievable. Seriously,
yeah, no kidding.
Yep, I've got guard dogs. I have an auto pound. So no, there. But you know what? I mean, Rick, it's just this wasn't just an accident, and I can prove it now. I mean, here I am. What was it? February. We were invited to come to Rome to meet the Pope. My dear friend, who's a priest in Chicago, Father Josh, and he's with the canon, St. John Cantius, and he knows the Pope, and he said, "Come on over and bring the statue," which we did. And the Pope was very humbled by the statue because he looked at it and it's broken. And I said, "Yes, it's broken because we're all broken, but we're loved by God." And he really related to that. And he said some beautiful things. He said the world is broken, and he blessed her. So she's an icon of the Catholic Church, the Vatican, and she is very special now. So
God, that's just an amazing story.
It is. It really is, Rick, because, of course, the Pope Leo has some heritage on the South Side.
Right.
I didn't want to ask him if he listened to me because it was like...
That's what I was wondering.
I don't want to ruin that.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Yeah, I did. And let's do a confession,
Right, exactly. Let me talk to you about this Raymond Burr character.
Yeah, Raymond Burr and these golf outings you got kicked out of and toga parties. No. So I left it alone. But I found out recently... Father Joshua Caswell, who is the head canon at St. John Cantius in Chicago, it's such a great church. He told me this about a month ago. He goes, the Pope did listen to you. And I go, oh boy, really? And I didn't want that to be why I'm there.
Yeah.
And while I was there, I said, listen, and Rick, when this statue goes with people now, she's been in hospice, emergency rooms, prisons. The most broken have been with what we call now Our Lady of the Broken. And people have written letters. I've written 2 books. A movie came out last October. You can stream it still, The Broken Mary, Kevin Matthews story. But it's not slowing down, Rick. As soon as we got this statue blessed, and really when you think about it, here I am with the Pope. He's blessing the statue. Well, not only is the Pope blessing it, but the first Pope, if you will, St. Peter is there and Christ is there. So you got a good blessing.
Yeah,
and
right, exactly.
We ended up going to France the next month and touring France. And I've been all over the United States, from the West to the East Coast, South, North. And people, I love to come and speak, and they love to come and see this icon. And anybody, if you'd like me to come and speak, I'll come anywhere, any country. You can go to brokenmary.com. But the Pope was I wasn't nervous either.
I would have been, I think.
I don't know. I just knew that this was supposed to happen.
Yeah, I guess so. There's a calm about you then.
Yeah. I found the statue at the dumpster in 2011. I got real busy with the statue and going and speaking. And in 2019 at St. John Cantius, we took the statue and we walked down Chicago Avenue from St. John Cantius to the water tower. And we had nearly 10,000 people. All the police department, the fire department, just 10,000 folks that walked with this statue of Our Lady of the Broken. And she went from a dumpster to a bed of roses. And that's where we got a lot of attention. And, the city at that time was broken. It still is. Every city, every person is broken.
Yes.
It is what it is. And it just changed everything. And when I said to the Pope after he blessed the statue, I said, the Pope, Your Holiness, I really could use a blessing myself because I am around the most broken, Rick. I mean, I've got MS and boo-hoo. I am around the most broken, especially when 2 months ago, I was in Lourdes. And man, oh man, oh man. So it's beautiful to watch this and how many people are finding just peace at this. And you can find peace with our Blessed Mother. But he's such a calm Pope. He listens to you intently and he smiles beautifully. And he just related to it. And we were there and you knew when it was time to leave because he's just, he's with so many people. That's all he does.
Right.
Is meet people. What I love about Pope Leo is for the first year, I've noticed that he's listening. And he, I believe, is going to make some beautiful, good decisions for the Catholic Church. And I think he's going to bring back a lot of tradition, which I think we're in need of.
People here in Chicago, we all feel a kinship to him. I think everybody I know has some sort of a connection. I mean, I own this publishing company, like Arts Press, and we know that the Pope has at least read one of our books. The Pope has read one of our books. I mean, I was at a White Sox World Series game.
Yeah, okay.
And I was in the same section as the Pope. I had no idea until I saw the video. I'm like, hey, that's me, like 10 rows away.
Yeah, I know. It's just he does have great heritage.
Yeah.
And I made a video for the Pope. It was really cool. I said, I thought it would be really cool if he does come to Chicago, that he go to Wrigley instead of Sox Park.
Yeah.
Just think of what that would do to the city, But he's got a beautiful sense of humor, and I think he's just a perfect Pope. They all seem to fit the times.
Yes, I
agree.
agree.
I think he's a perfect, he's a perfect Pope. I found him to be just delightful, and he's a disciple. You trace it back all the way to St. Peter.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, it is. It really is. So I'm really proud, and he's really proud of his roots. And it looks like they're trying to refurbish his church that he went, on the south side. And, which I know is going to happen. And here, just a regular contractor, bought it, and then he becomes Pope. And I mean, that's no accident.
I know. It is so cool. There was an article in the New York Times last week where one of his old friends was talking to the New York Times, and he said that the Pope's brother still calls him up when he has IT issues.
Yeah, think of that.
Like my computer won't work, and he goes, John, I'm the Pope, and John goes, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Pope.
Oh yeah, think of that.
Chicago, man.
Yeah, and I'm sure they blocked him now.
Probably.
Probably just block him, please. I'm too busy for this. But I just love his favorite pizza, and I just he loves Vienna beef.
Yes,
hot dogs.
exactly.
And, just think of what he loves. But I found it to be a true blessing. And, it's not everybody gets to meet the Pope.
Yeah.
And it's so funny now. I just go, he's my friend.
Yeah.
People start talking, hey, whoa. Yeah,
don't talk about my friend that way.
Yeah, hey, stop. You feel like you're up in Melrose. Hey, whoa.
Yeah.
Hey. But it's, and Rick, I honestly, I never get a chance. You and your son made a beautiful movie documentary on Ed Zeppelin that I really want to show, and I want to cut it down.
Yeah.
But you guys did a great job, and I want people to see that. And I finally got a sponsor for that.
Oh, great.
But, the one thing is what I love about you and some folks, you hang on to Chicago heritage, whether it be baseball or just the history of Chicago. And it's so needed.
Thanks,
and
I appreciate that.
Always appreciate you and, the Rick Cogan and just, you know what I mean? Just, we have such a great city, and, the heritage just has to be protected, and you're doing that.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Have you seen the Museum of Broadcasting exhibit?
I went down there and I signed my poster that's up when I'm having a really good hair day, by the way.
Oh, good.
I'm like, wow, I look like Farrah Fawcett with a Luke shirt on.
Hey, I didn't pick the pictures.
No, but I mean, I thought it was beautiful, and you really contributed that. Thanks. And I suggest everybody, if you love the Loop, go down and see that, and just go down and see what's there with the Tonight Show and Johnny Carson, and just...
That's a really nice museum, isn't it? They did a great job.
It really, really is. Really, really is. And you did a lot of that. And, I'm hoping that Larry Work can get his documentary on the Loop out. And I'd love to see you, Rick. I'd love you to come and see the statue and watch me talk.
I would love that, too. Next time you're in the Chicago area, let me know.
Okay, I will. And anything you need, and tell your son thanks. And I'd love to get my hands back on that documentary for Ed Zeppelin, because I know people want to see it, and I know I edit that. And you just, thank you, Rick. I mean, you've been there from day one and you've seen it all. I think all the producers ought to get together and just really just drive us into the ground and sue us.
That kind of sounds fun, actually.
Wouldn't it? It really is. I just love it. Because, gosh, all the producers are still out there.
I know. We're survivors. Well, thank you, Kevin. By the way, before you, how's the health? I mean, how are you feeling these days?
Actually, honestly, I feel really, really good. I'm Mary's roadie.
Yeah.
And the phone rings and we're going to Boston. And Rick, I'm around people that have so much brokenness and they're suffering. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. And how cool would it be to just be on the road with Mary and just die?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not right away, okay?
No, but what a great, what happened? He's taking the statue in the car and he croaked.
I kind of like your chances for heaven if that's how it happens, though, right?
And maybe I'll get a card from the Pope.
Yeah.
Who's my friend?
That's right.
That's what I love. That's what I love. Pope Leo is a Kevhead.
That is the best. Well, thank you very much for being on the show, Kev. And I'm going to feature you in the magazine too. But I want you to keep doing it. And when you come to town next time, please let me know.
And I've got some good pictures of the Pope if you want them.
I'd love to. Yes, thanks.
Okay, buddy. All right, God bless, and I'll reach out, okay?
Thanks, Kevin. Take it easy.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
God bless.
There goes Kevin Matthews. We worked together for 7 years or something like that. Kevin and I started on the loop on the same day. And obviously his career was much more impressive than mine, but I always considered him a friend. He's a great guy and one of the more talented people I've ever met in my life. I think you get a feel for it. And now we're 1 degree of separation from the Pope. How great is that? All right. Well, thanks very much for tuning in. We have people that we need to thank. We need to thank our executive producer, Tony Lasano, with Opie Shows. Thanks, Tony. Thanks to our distributor, Ed Silla, with the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. Great Talk Radio isn't dead. It just moved to a better place. RadioMisfits.com. And we'll be back again soon with another episode of Minutia Men Celebrity Interview.
The proceeding was a presentation of the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. Find our other great shows on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and at RadioMisfits.com. Thank you.
This has been a presentation of Opie Productions.
Tony, can you shut up?
Radio Misfits promo take 24.
Guys, we are part of Radio Misfits Podcast Net.
Radio Misfits, you idiots.
We are part of...
I didn't really make it intended to be a tongue twister.
I know.
I named it.
We are part of the Radio Misfits Podcast.
Promo 26. I'll be here all day.
We are part of Radio Misfit Podcast Network. And
close enough for government.
Yeah, close enough, huh?
Let me say it. Radio Misfits. Douchebags who can't speak. Hear it on the World Wide Web.
Radio it ran its course.